Is buying a home in Arizona still difficult here in Phoenix? Well, to tell you the honest truth, it is still very, very difficult to purchase a house depending on the price range that you're going to be at. Now, my clients came down from New Mexico, which is Albuquerque, New Mexico, which is north of Las Cruces, and they were here and we were able to get them under contract on the first property. That is right, the first property, but there's a catch. The price range was above $500,000. So if you are looking for a house or buying a house in Phoenix, Arizona at the $500,000 mark, it is still pretty difficult. But for us, we actually got pretty lucky, but we didn't write at the contract price. We actually had to write above the list price. And I wanted to share those details if you're buying a house in Phoenix, Arizona, moving or relocating to Phoenix, Arizona. I want to share you the details so you can get your offer accepted and you don't have to be beaten out by all the other offers and go on your strike one, strike two, strike three. You're out because, of course, baseball is not going to be happening. So spring training is canceled here in Phoenix, Arizona, and that kind of sucks as well, especially for the small business owners. But with that being said, is buying a house in Phoenix, Arizona can be easy for some, can be difficult for others, but let's deep dive. Let me show you the property, get into the price, get into the offer, show you the location, show you everything just like we do on this channel. So here we go. Now the property I'm going to show you is a property at $500,000. We actually got it under contract for $550,000, and which was listed for $520,000. Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, my name is Victor Huerta, a local real estate agent and investor and your mentor. Now, if you have not done so, please click that subscribe button and that bell to get notified once we drop the latest video. I mean, we're just trying to push this video out to people just like you when you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in some real estate. Now, when I mean investing, we hold a small portfolio of rental properties here in Phoenix, Arizona, and we can actually mentor you and lead you and coach you in that direction as well. So let's deep dive right into this video about buying a home in Phoenix, Arizona. It can be difficult for some. It could be easy for others. And I want to show you how we got our client under contract on the first offer. Freaking unheard of here in Phoenix, Arizona. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to share my screen here and show you the exact location on where we're able to get our clients their house in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, this is backed up to the South Mountain Park, which is 35,000 acres of private land where you can hike, bike, walk, and it's just an awesome location to be. It makes you feel like you're living in the city without living in the city, and it's really close to downtown Phoenix, the airport, to Tempe, to Scottsdale. I mean, you can get anywhere in this location in roughly 30 minutes or less. So let's go to the map so I can show you exact the location. That way, in case you're relocating to Phoenix or moving to Phoenix, Arizona, and you're thinking about buying a house in Phoenix, Arizona, I can show you the map and you kind of get a synopsis of what Phoenix, Arizona looks like. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so here's the map right here of where the property they purchased here on Fawn Drive. Now, you can see by the map here, this is South Mountain Park Preserve. Nobody can build here. This is a big old park here where you can go hiking, you can go biking, you can actually drive all the way up the mountain. You can see all the way downtown Phoenix. Now, the reason why they purchased here is because of two reasons. Is their son has to go to downtown Phoenix to a hospital for physical therapy because he is in a wheelchair. The second point is that he works at Intel in Chandler, Arizona. So he's just going to take baseline to I-10 to the 202 and get off right here in Chandler. So this was the perfect property in the perfect location for not only for his son, but for him as work. So the lay of the land, this is the way Phoenix looks like if you're thinking about buying a house in Phoenix, Arizona, you're relocating to Phoenix, or you're actually just moving here to Arizona. Okay, this is called the east side, where we have Mesa, Gilbert, Chandler, and then down southeast, we have Queen Creek, Chandler Heights. You can see down here, there's no freeways to get into the city, but they are building one that's going to shoot across and connect to the 202, and they're opening up some lanes right here on this freeway right here as well. On the west side, you have Buckeye. A lot of people are buying in Buckeye right now, and Palo Verde. And then, of course, you have Surprise, El Mirage, Sun City, Peoria. In the North Phoenix, you have Glendale, Waddell, and Citrus Park. And then, of course, we have Paradise Valley and Scottsdale, which is the hottest markets right now as well. But this property was just the best location for them as far as drive time and where they can actually take their son to the hospital. So let's get into the specifics And let me show you the photos of what $550,000 can buy you here in Phoenix, Arizona, and right by South Mountain Park or any other location. But this is exactly what the property looks like. So if you're looking at $500,000 and above, this is the kind of property you're going to be looking at. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so here are the photos of this property, and they were already living here in Arizona. They had a short-term lease, and we needed to get them into a property ASAP. They had a 90-day lease. They had moved already here, and their home has sold in New Mexico. Now, this is what $550,000 will buy you here in Phoenix, Arizona. If you're thinking about buying a house here in Arizona, relocating to Phoenix, or moving to Phoenix. Now, let me give you the specs as I give you this photo tour right now. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath with 2,343 square feet to 2,343 square feet. It was built in 2000, and it is a 1-story with a pool. Now, the seller, they did a lot of good work on this. You see that travertine on the floor? They actually did that after they purchased the property. So the property was in really good, clean condition, as you can see by the photos. And it just was very, very nice. A great location, like I said, and it comes with a pool. And like I tell you, you see that backdrop of the mountain. You're right backed up to the South Mountain Park right there, where you can kick back at the pool, look at that view. And let me tell you, the sunsets here at the South Mountain Park, they're very, very beautiful. So it's just a great location and a wonderful property. And if you're looking to buy a house and moving here to Phoenix, Arizona, this is exactly what $550,000 looks like here in Phoenix, Arizona. This is kind of like South Central. I call it South Phoenix. It's South Central because you can get it anywhere you want. But this is exactly what $550,000 looks like here in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, I want to show you a chart on the median sales price of where we are at here in Phoenix, Arizona. And I'm going to take you back all the way to 2004. Remember when we climbed, this real estate market climbed all across the United States. We hit the peak, and then all of a sudden we collapsed. And I kind of want to show you what that 3 to 4 years looks like compared to where we're at right now. So let me bring in this chart so you can kind of get a grasp when you're buying a house here in Phoenix, Arizona, on what you need to do as far as coming in with your offer. And that way you can just be, have some education of where we're at as far as price range if you're moving or relocating here to Phoenix. So let's get into this chart now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so here is the monthly median sales price, and I get a lot of these charts and a lot of this information from the Cronford Report. They're based out of ASU, and they do a lot of statistics, and they try to visualize and forecast where the market is going. It's not going to tell us if it's going to crash, because obviously we have to use data from what has happened, and then they calculate it, and they actually give us these charts, right? Just local real estate agents, we have to pay for this information. Then I kind of translate it for you in layman's terms and give it to you for free. Now, as you can see here in 2004, the monthly median sales price was $155,000. And that was in February of 2004. Now look at, remember this, what happened in 2005 and all the way to 2006? The market had just took off, right? Now remember, in this area right here, we had the ninja loans, right? No income, no job, no assets, no credits. You write your math, your income on a napkin, you give it to your lender, and they'd be like, hey, you're qualified for $1 million and you only make $30,000. I'm just putting that out there just for shits and giggles. But you know what? We blame the banks, but we have to blame us as humans as well, because we know what we can afford. And if we're making a very low income that can't support living in a multi-million-dollar property, well, that is our fault as well. We're going to get into 2005. You see this chart. And then here's what happened in the crash of 2008. You see the big dip here. And we didn't hit at the very bottom was October of 2011, where the monthly median sales price, if you saw before, was at $155,000, went all the way down to $145,000. So we're $10,000 less of where we were at before. Now, this is where everything came in, is the investors got a hold of this data. They saw this data, and they saw Phoenix, Arizona is a emerging market. And right now we're at 7+ million people, with over 239 people moving here a day to Phoenix. So a lot of investors started buying up a lot of these properties. Now look at the price per square foot, or the price ranges that just started going up. And now we are at $450,000. That is February of 2022 for the monthly median sales price. Now, I can tell you at $450,000, if you're looking for a house at $450,000, you're gonna have to bid that up 30 to 40 to 50,000, just depending on the location and the area. Now, for this one, this property was listed at 520,000. We had to bid it up to 550, which is a $30,000 gap, and that is the reason why we were actually able to get this property under contract. So my point is, if you're buying a house in Phoenix, Arizona, relocating to Phoenix, Arizona, or moving to Phoenix, Arizona, you have to really look at the math, the location, the list price, and see what your competition is going to do. So make sure you hire a savvy agent that kind of knows what the max number that might be as far as dollar amount, because we don't want you paying a lot of money out of pocket, especially if the house doesn't appraise close to the value of your contract or close to the list price, because you're going to have to come in with some cash for the difference. So I've been asked this question a lot, is like, what is my payment going to be, Victor? Like when I'm buying a house in Phoenix, Arizona, and the property is listed for this perfect example for 520,000, and I have to bid it up to 550. But what is my payment going to be at 550? This question I get asked a lot, and I want to show you these numbers. Now, full disclosure. Okay, full disclosure. This is not my client's numbers. This is an app that I use that I can give you a perfect synopsis of what your payment's going to be, as long as I know your interest rate. So if you want to know what your payment's going to be, I need to know what your interest rate, and that comes from your lender or my preferred lender that is working with you to help you purchase your house. Now, this could be off roughly between $25 to $75, but it's pretty damn exact, to be honest. So with that being said, let me show you what the math looks like for a $550,000 purchase when you're thinking about buying a house here in Phoenix, Arizona. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so here is the app that I actually use to help you calculate what your payment is. And for this one, it's a conventional buyer, okay? And the home price, you can see here is we put in the data, it's $550,000. They are putting 20% down because they're selling that property in New Mexico and they're coming down here. Now, the rate was 3.5% for them, which is a damn good rate right now in 2022. It's a 30-year mortgage, and this is an estimate. It's 0.39% for your hazard insurance. They do have an HOA of $160, and this is the property taxes. Now, we're closing tomorrow on this property, so if we hit compute on this thing, it'll spit out some numbers. So here we go. Their monthly payment is $2,612. So the principal and interest payment right here, it's $1,975.80. The property taxes, you pretty much get the property tax amount and you divide it by 12. This is the monthly property taxes of $297.42. This is their insurance on the property, which is $178.75. Now, one thing about insurance is you can shop this around. Okay, I would call, if you have car insurance with State Farm, Geico, whatever, all you have to do is just call them and be like, hey, I'm buying a property. I need a quote for some homeowners insurance. And this could be a little bit less, or it could be a little bit more high. So this is going to ultimately depend on what your payment is, and so are taxes for the year that you're purchasing. They do have an HOA, so that's the expense. So with all this totaled together, it comes out to $2,612. Now, that is your monthly payment for a house at $550,000 if you're buying a house in Phoenix, Arizona. Even if you're moving to Phoenix, Arizona, or relocating and you're looking to purchase a house at this price range, this is a pretty good exact amount dependent on the taxes and the HOA and your interest rate. Now, bring to close. Now, remember, they're putting 20% down. So they're putting down $110,000. Their prepaids and their fixed closing costs are $8,960. So they have to bring in this amount at $110,000. Now, I can give you your loan details just like here. That gives you the exact loan details of how much interest you're going to pay over the time. And this is just an estimate, okay? I can also, what I do is I give you guys the detailed closing costs, which pops up just like this. And it gives you line by line, item by item of what you're paying as far as the closing costs. Now, this origination fee of $4,400 for the lender fee, it's a little bit high, but I put it just a little bit more higher just so you don't get shocked that, oh my gosh, you know what? My lender fee, my origination fee for my lender was 4,400, you quoted me 2,500. So we put this a little bit higher, but of course this can be less depending on who you're using, especially with our preferred lender. So this is a little higher just to keep it safe and just to let you know, like, hey, I put it just a little bit higher so you won't be shocked when you get to your closing disclosure. And it could be less, which will make your closing costs come down. But if it's higher, then your closing costs will go up. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so one thing I do is I sit down with you here at the office or my tablets when we're looking at the property, you want to submit an offer, and I can show you exactly by clicking this, like what your offer price would be if we had to increase it, say 10 by 10,000. So you can see here at 550, this is where our payment is. If we had to go to 560 to bid out some offers, well, this is your new payment, 570, 580, 590, and 600. And believe me, we've had to go up to 100,000 sometimes. So with this app, I can show you exactly what your payment's going to be. And you can see if you go up another 10,000, that's the difference. It's $2,612 minus $2,652. So if that's what it's going to take to win the offer, to win the house, the one that you truly love, you love the location, you can see yourself living there. Well, that's the math and that's the difference. And we could do this across all price ranges. Now, remember, this is a house at $550,000, okay, with 20% down at a 3.5 interest rate. Now, if you're buying a house in Phoenix, Arizona, we can do this across the board. Even if it's a 250, that price range doesn't exist anymore. So let's just keep it real. Say 400,000 on the very, very west side or very, very east side of Santan, all the way up to multi-million dollars. So I can show you exactly what your payment can be. And if you're paying all cash, well, you don't have to worry about this. So if you think about buying a house in Phoenix, Arizona, yeah, it's difficult in certain price ranges. I mean, we actually got into this property before it was listed. And the way we did this, and I'm going to give you a tip, is we actually wrote the offer sight unseen. We submitted the offer, and then what I put a little clause stating that this offer will not be accepted until we see the property, and then we will come retract the offer and rewrite it if we like the property. Can't give you the real verbiage out there because, you know, some of those real estate agents out there, they look at my channel and they're like, oh, I'm going to steal that verbiage. So that's something that I want to keep in my toolbox just to help you out. Now, $550,000 buying a house here in Phoenix, Arizona, and this is exactly what you're going to get. This is what you're going to see. Okay, now travertine floors, shutters. You can see here, it's a very nice looking property. It came with a little grill on the side here and this beautiful pool and backed up to the South Mountain. Now, you're looking at 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2,343 square feet. It was built in the year 2000. It's a 1-story. I mean, just look at how beautiful this property is. So if you're looking on buying a house in Phoenix, Arizona, this is what it was listed for 520,000. We went up to 550,000. So this is what you're going to be looking at 550,000 in Phoenix, Arizona. Well, ladies and gentlemen, buying a house in Phoenix, Arizona, it's pretty difficult still, to be honest with you. It just depends on the price point and the location. I'm helping another client trying to get into Tempe, Arizona, and that is difficult. And we are at a price range of $600,000. So if you're buying a house in Phoenix, Arizona, moving to Phoenix, Arizona, or relocating in Phoenix, Arizona, this is exactly what a $520,000 property looks like for list price. But of course, remember, we had to bid it up to $550,000. And that's exactly what you're going to buy here in Phoenix, Arizona, across the valley for about $550,000. Now, this is very centralized to Phoenix, Arizona, which is the city. And the more closer you get to city, to Chandler, and to Gilbert, those prices get pretty high. If you're going to be in the far west valley or the far east valley or North Phoenix where TSMC is building, the price ranges might be a little bit better for the square footage or might be a little bit more expensive. So it all depends on the location. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Once again, I'm Victor Huerta, a local real estate agent and investor and your mentor when you're thinking about buying a house in Phoenix, Arizona, moving to Phoenix, Arizona, or relocating to Arizona as well. So with that being said, do us a favor, click that subscribe button and that bell to get notified once we drop the latest video. I mean, we're just bringing some home buyer content, home seller content, the Phoenix real estate market update, so you can be mindful when you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in some real estate. With that being said, have a great weekend. We'll see you on the next video.
This is where they go. for the real estate info. I'm here to lead and help you succeed. One thing that you'll learn about me is I'm on a mission, to get the knowledge to the world when making decisions, in buying and selling real estate.
Victor Huerta.
Remember my name.